Standing before Godzilla, Mothra, Ralph, Magic, Marley, Terrence, and Leo are three of the biggest kaiju they've all ever seen. If all of them were melded together into their own kaiju, they would only be as big as the foot of one of these things. Leo's mouth just about drops to the floor. Oh, fuck this! He quickly takes off into the same direction Marley and Thistle went. Mothra takes into the air, trying to get away. Godzilla just stands there, not really certain whether or not spewing atomic breath would only anger these things or hurt them. Ah! Godzilla! Godzilla looks up into the air, his trance being broken by the awe of these kaiju, and sees Mothra being sucked in by the air that the monster is breathing in. The other two kaiju on either side of this monster start heading towards the other kaiju that ran away. Godzilla is a little bit surprised that it walked right past him, but it's clear what's going on. The kaiju in the middle is the leader. Seeing Mothra getting closer to its mouth, he spews out his atomic breath without even thinking, as forceful as he can. The jet stream of air heading towards the kaiju gets cut off, and Mothra starts falling towards the ground. She lands on top of Godzilla's back and cowers in fear. When Godzilla finishes spewing his atomic breath, the two remaining kaiju just stand there. The kaiju, who had been in the middle, seems to smile ever so slightly. It then opens its mouth and roars, which sends Godzilla and Mothra flying off the ground about 100 feet backwards. When they land, because of the force of that creature, they are still rolling around on the ground, being pushed back by the air pressure. Godzilla didn't realize that Ralph had not run away with the others, and he was actually circling the large kaiju. He was howling furiously, trying to distract them from Godzilla and Mothra. Over here, boys! You guys, go find the portal! Godzilla tries to get up and is blown away several feet back.
Oh my god, what the hell is happening?
The largest and middle kaiju starts to approach Mothra and him, while the other one that was left behind tries to swat away Ralph. Godzilla, get up! This titan monster bellows again into the air, and what he does next scares the crap out of Godzilla. Godzilla watches as the kaiju holds his head up to the sky and unleashes a pillar of fire and water and some other kind of dark matter substance. As he unleashes it, the beam turns into a ball which floats up into the air and starts to suck all the clouds into it, or whatever those vapor things are hanging low to the ground. When the skies clear, Godzilla goes into shock. He can see up there many other kaiju like the ones on the ground flying and circling the area. There seem to be thousands of them. Their eyes all now pasted to the ground at the intruders. Godzilla's eyes widen.
Oh fuck. Mothra, get up. Get up, let's go.
Where are we gonna go? We don't know where the portal is!
I don't know, we'll figure it out.
What about the others? We gotta save them!
Fuck them!
Godzilla doesn't know where he's going, but he's just running. It seems a little bit easier to run in this world, or wherever it is they are. Mothra is flying and hanging onto him at the same time, using her wings to try and propel both of them forward. Mothra looks back and sees that Raphael is still trying to distract the other kaiju. She hears him cry out, "Oh no, Ralphie!" To her left, she hears the other kaiju screaming. She can see Marley running away with Thistle in tow. Leo charges out in front of them. The kaiju that had been after them is close to Magic and Terrence. Mothra watches in horror as the big kaiju takes one step and kills two of the diggers immediately. Leo screams, crying for his friends, but also crying in fear for his own safety. As Godzilla and Mothra are running, a large body drops in front of them. Liquid sprays into their faces, and their scent sprawling onto their stomachs. Godzilla comes to a sliding stop. He gets up quickly and steps into something squishy. When he looks down, he can see that it's the third digger that they couldn't find, Leo's third friend, Mikey, in pieces. Godzilla doesn't even know which part of him is which, and the only way he was able to tell that it was Mikey was because of the digger nose. Mothra on the ground sees this and starts to cry. She cuddles up into a ball, believing that she's dead, as she can hear the kaiju approaching her from behind. Godzilla goes to pick her up. Then he looks at the kaiju, seeing it close in. It could eat Mothra, and she could revive. He looks down at Mothra and looks at the kaiju.
Godzilla? You got an egg, right?
What?
You got an egg, right?
Godzilla says as he starts to back away, getting ready to run and leave her there.
You got an egg,
He says, making a statement.
I'll see you later in the next life, alright? See ya!
Godzilla! Godzilla runs for his life.
I don't feel guilty. She can revive. She's got unlimited one-ups. She's good.
Suddenly, Godzilla starts to feel a sucking motion. He can hear something gaining on him and galloping. It's Ralph with Mothra on his back.
Oh, hey guys!
He says, smiling, looking at Mothra, who's glaring at him.
Oh, you made it.
There's a loud sucking motion that deafens the kaiju, and suddenly Godzilla is back on solid ground. Other kaiju are looking at him, but they're his size or smaller. And he realizes he's back in the grand hall of the Hollow Earth.
Godzilla, are you alright?
He gets up and sees Mothra and Ralphie coughing.
I'm fine. Oh my god, whoa, that was a trip. Holy shit.
All the kaiju gather around them, the survivors, and wonder what the hell's going on. Mothra stretches her wings and flies into the air, dropping back down, realizing that she's hurt. Is everyone here? Where's Marley? I'm over here, Miss Mothra. Okay, where's everyone else? All the other kaiju look around. They wear despondent expressions on their faces. Leo suddenly appears beside Mothra.
Everybody else, you don't see here? That means they're gone.
Godzilla looks over at him with a scowl.
Gone? Don't you think you need a little bit more detail in your explanation? There's some big-ass fucking things out there that look like they fell out of Valhalla. Yeah, think about everything here, but times 100,
says Leo.
I don't think we're gonna go over there anytime soon. At least I'm not. To hell with that.
Wait, where's Sissel? Asks Mothra, looking around.
Wait, who?
Asked Rodan.
I think it's safe to say, Mothra, that whoever is not on this side with us now is still in there, and therefore they're dead.
Mothra hangs her head and starts crying. Leo, is it closed off?
Yeah, of course it's closed off.
How can you be sure? You didn't know if it worked before.
Mothra, do me a favor, look behind you. You see no portal open? You see that it's closed, right?
Ralph limps between them in an attempt to calm the air.
Guys, I think we should kind of lucky that we're alive. And now is not the time to turn against each other.
He's right. Everyone starts to leave the Hollow Earth Hall. There is whispering and hushed conversations amongst the kaiju. A few days go by and there are meetings held about the portal and what happened. Leo assembles a group alongside some other scientist kaiju to ascertain what went on, what the creatures were, and whether or not they can make it over to their side. So far, all they've come up with are theories. But then the projects go nowhere, because slowly the scientists working alongside Leo just stop coming. Godzilla is hanging out in a cabin with Rodan. Mothra knocks on the door. Hi.
Oh, hey, Mothra. Hi, how you doing?
I'm fine, Rodan.
Okay,
says Godzilla, looking around awkwardly. Rodan looks at him and then looks at Mothra.
I'm gonna go. I'll see you guys later, okay? You want something to eat? I can get something for you. Thanks. I appreciate that, Rodan.
Rodan makes his way out the door and then turns back to look at Godzilla with one eyebrow raised.
Was that sarcasm? Because lately I can't tell. Dude, just get the fuck out, okay? Alright, see you later.
Mothra gingerly walks in, her wings in a ponytail loosely hanging from either side.
Oh boy, here we go.
You left me to die back there.
Correction, I left you to have the chance to regenerate, because your egg doesn't hatch until you pop off, so technically I kept you younger.
Godzilla, who does that? Do you realize that when I die it hurts?
I have a question about that. Do you retain the memories of the pain when you're born again in your new body?
What?
Stop trying to deflect. It's a righteous question. I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of people are asking the same question. Oh shit, does that mean that when you fuck, every time is your first time? Oh my god. I wish I could have that. Dude. Wait, that does make sense because you are tighter every time. Man, I should kill you more often.
Mothra's jaw hangs open. You know what? I don't even know why I came in here to talk to you. I was scared. People died.
Yeah, people die every day, Mothra, and you help kill them.
What?
What do you think happens when we check the perimeter and you tell us after flying over there that, hey, there's some intruders, and then they disappear? Don't act all innocent.
You kill them?
No, we invite them over for dinner and we have them marry our children. Of course we fucking kill them. What are you, dumb?
I don't help with that, Godzilla.
Oh, sure, you're one of those people who's for everybody else's safety as long as you don't have to see it happen.
I don't believe in killing anyone.
It's easy for you to sit down there and be self-righteous when we have to do all the killing and you don't do shit. But if you're in a situation where you have to kill, I never do. Yeah, that's because everyone always runs in to save you before you can. And, quite frankly, half of the people you go up against, you can't kill them anyway because you just... I'm sorry, but... You may be the queen of the monsters, but as a kaiju, you suck.
You know what? This was a mistake. I actually came in here to see if you were okay. And
I'm fine. I'm not like you, freaking paper thin. You have to worry about me.
Why are you being such an asshole?
I'm not being an asshole. It's the truth. You blow, you sneeze, your wings come off.
Whatever. With that, Mothra leaves. Godzilla is relieved. The last thing he needs is a guilt trip about doing the most logical thing anyone would have done. Why would he sacrifice himself as the king who's supposed to protect everyone else when Mothra has the ability to regenerate and bring herself back to life every single time? As far as he's concerned, that's her only evolutionary purpose. As someone who is essentially immortal, she has no right to be bitching.
So you mean to tell me that these things were, like, way bigger, like the clouds?
They were really, really huge, like sky high, but even bigger and skyier than our sky.
Hey guys, what are you talking about?
We're talking about what happened in there. Oh, Rodan, it was so awful.
Okay. Do you think you guys can recreate what happened? Like, a lot of the kaiju are saying that you can make a movie out of it because tragedy and stuff like that, but you have to wait for like a little while until it like fades away. Since people just died, you can't do it right tomorrow. So I figured we can help in with a documentary. I can help to put things together because you guys suck at that. And kind of make like a little storyboard animation about it. Then we make a movie and we send it to other kaiju. Because they're going to want to know what happened here. They're going to hear the news. They're going to be like, shit, man. That's crazy. So you want us to make a movie on the fact that 3 of the kaiju died when we opened a portal into that other world? Yeah.
Says Rodan indignantly. I mean, it makes sense. After all, it would be a waste for those kaiju to die and people not know about their sacrifice.
Besides, the way that I think about it, if we don't do a story on it, or like, tell the story the right way, somebody else out there is going to spin the story for their narrative and make it look like we're the bad guys and we killed off the kaiju on purpose.
Yeah, that does make sense. I think he's right, Methuselah.
Oh my god. Hot shit on a stick, girl. My name is Behemoth. You stop calling me that old man's name.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh my god, you're both the same. I mean, you're...
Girl, if you don't get up out of here.
Rodan pats Marley on the back.
He's okay, Marley. We're not really mad, trust me. Right, Behemoth? Because we do need her to tell the story. I don't care, call me somebody else's name. It's the most big... I don't look anything like that piece of rock shit that just fell out of God's ass. Why do you sound like a lumberjack redneck on coke taking it up the ass?
A beautiful female kaiju runs up to Rodan with her tail flapping in the wind, her long neck reaching there before she does. All Rodan and Behemoth sees is this head attached to this long stick appearing in the middle of them.
Oh shit! You scared the shit out of me, man. Why would you do that? You realize how weird it is when you do that shit?
I'm sorry, but you guys need to come see.
Come see what?
Something's wrong. Something's wrong with Bobby. Rodan looks at Behemoth, and the both of them make their way to where Nina is leading them. When they arrive on Nina's lawn, large geodes covering the perimeter of it, they see Bobby, another sauropod-looking kaiju, lying down and seizing.
Is he showing us a new dance move? What's happening?
No, he's really sick.
Okay, that's not good. Rodan, you're gonna want to stay back from there. What do you mean? What's the matter? Why don't you just call the doctor?
This is not like any sickness I've ever seen. Bobby! She goes next to him and tries to turn him over. His eyes are rolling in the back of his head. His legs are kicking wildly. The tail also is whipping wildly. Ends up whipping Rodan in the eye, even from where he's standing. Rodan flaps his wings as a reflex. He holds his eye, rubbing it.
That there's the rabies virus. The what? The rabies virus. The humans caused it. Specifically the country humans. Isn't it the humans with the small eyes that cause everything? It depends on the disease where it comes from. The AID came from the Hakuna Matata people. Oh yeah, and then everything else comes from the people that eat everything.
Guys! Nina quickly regains their attention. We need to get help, please! Help me move him in!
Nina, we're gonna get help for you, but we're not coming anywhere near Bobby. I'm sorry, Bobby's gonna have to sit there in the grass. Where's Bob's wife?
She's away right now. I can't raise her. I don't know where she is, but I don't... Hey, what's going on over there? Troy, come here! Troy, come here! Hurry up!
I'm coming. What's wrong with Bobby?
Another kaiju that looks like the letter M is walking down his version of stairs. At that point, Rodan and Behemoth are just looking onward. Rodan gives Behemoth a look.
I don't think we should be here, and I think we should tell Godzilla about this. You think? Well, I don't know why people are freaking out. He's bleeding through his ass. I think that's a good reason. He ain't just bleeding through his ass, Rodan. He's bleeding through everywhere. Yeah, I think it's a little more serious. Let's let them handle it, let's go tell Godzilla.
In the middle of the ocean, Godzilla is lying on his back, talking to a killer whale.
Yeah, man, it's so fucking unreal. I can't believe that it's actually happening. You know, that's why we don't open certain things. That's why we don't play me. Because whenever we play Godzilla, you know, shit goes south. Not even I play that shit. Well, for all you know, you could have brought back something with you,
says the orca whale, circling Godzilla, wondering what it would be like to eat him from the inside out.
Yeah, well, to hear this, the old girl was like, oh, you should have left me there, blah, 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 blah. Let me ask you something. Why are you staring at me like that? Why are you circling me? Stop doing that.
The killer whale stops swimming.
Just try to hear the story in dynamic sound.
Godzilla just stares at him, warily.
Yeah, don't do that. I'm not a fucking theater.
As Godzilla is lying on his back, something else grabs his attention. It's an object flying in the air in the distance.
Oh, there goes Rodan.
Suddenly, 10 legs grab Godzilla around his torso and start shaking him vigorously, pulling him below the water. He struggles, screams, and bites the offender. Ow! A voice cries out. It's one of the squid kaiju.
What? Barbara, what are you doing?
Why would you bite me?
Why the fuck would you grab me, bitch?
That's the cue for the killer whale to leave. I'm sorry, but I was calling you and you weren't listening. I thought something was wrong with you.
You thought something was wrong with me.
Suddenly, a second squid kaiju appears right behind the first.
Tony, please come get your bitch, alright? Don't. You guys are really testing my patience. I'm not Mothra. I don't play that Mary Queen of Heaven shit. We're so sorry to bother you. I'm sorry that she grabbed you like that, but we really were calling you for a while. Anyways, something has happened. One of your friends, Raphael, the wolf guy, he is really sick. Nobody's going in to see him. His wife is hysterical, and it's causing mass paranoia. Wait, what?
Raphael's sick. He's really sick. And I don't think it's a normal type of sickness, Mr. Godzilla. Godzilla stares at Barbara.
Please don't call me that. That's fucking weird, dude.
What she really wants to tell him in response is, please stop being so petty and come and do your job. Because right now I believe that the reason why this guy's sick is because you guys brought something back with you.
Okay, let's go.
Godzilla and the squid were quite a distance away. To make it to Raphael's little section in the hollow earth, with all the crowding, the squid took him on an alternate route. It took him a total of 2 hours to get to Raphael, and when he finally got there, things were a lot more in a state of pandemonium than the squid had told him. Kaiju were screaming and they were fighting. Everyone was just in tatters. Breaking through the water barrier, Godzilla stepped on the dry land in the hollow earth.
What in heaven's ass is going on?
He says as he looks around at all the kaiju flipping on balls.
What the fuck? Are they on meth? Who's dealing without my permission? And where's my cut?
Godzilla!
Mothra?
Raphael's really sick, but that's not it. I don't know what happened. He just dropped and started having seizures, and now everyone's getting sick. And
shut up! I can't hear you. I can't understand you. Relax.
Mothra takes a breath. I'm sorry. Okay. Raphael got sick, and...
Godzilla, I was trying to catch up to you for the longest while. Why were you running away from me?
Rodan landed in total exhaustion behind him.
Listen, but something's really wrong with Bobby, and
Rodan stops talking and looks around and sees all the kaiju just losing their minds. It takes a while for he and Godzilla to realize what's actually happening. Godzilla looks at one kaiju that's being grabbed by his partner. It looks as though she's shaking him to death and blood is spewing out of his mouth. Suddenly, he falls to the ground, unresponsive. Mothra puts her legs on Godzilla's chest. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Something is very wrong. I think it started with Raphael.
What does Ralph have to do with this?
Another pink kaiju sees the group standing there and points to them vindictively. You did this! You brought something back through that portal! You did! And now my husband's dead! I don't care if you're the king, I'll fucking kill you! Annie, wait, you're not thinking clearly. We have to figure this out.
Move! What, my fault? What are you talking about?
Leo breaks through the crowd of people clawing away and grabs Godzilla, Rodan, and Mothra and ushers them out. Out of the crowd's way and a distance away from all the yelling and pandemonium, they take shelter behind a wall.
The last place you want to be is around all them people. Leo, you better start explaining what the fuck is going on right now. Okay, so you know how we went in there, and there was things in there that we weren't prepared to handle? Turns out that, there's this kind of bacteria or virus thing that kind of brought through with us.
Rodan's mouth drops open.
Wait, you're saying that it's your fault that you got everyone sick? Wait, are you sick right now? Can we catch it? Right now, it seems like it's highly contagious, and that's what's happening right now. Everyone's dying because of the sickness. What the fuck?
Godzilla says, throwing his arms up in the air.
So, it seems like the only thing we can do is, right now, to get it under control, to keep everyone away from everyone.
Yeah, good idea, Rodan, but that's not going to happen with everyone over there.
I got a great idea.
Godzilla arrives at Methuselah's little hideout.
Oh, how great to have a visitor. You've never come over here. You must want something. Yes, I do, Methuselah. Something that you never ever thought in a million years I'd ask you for. Well, what is it, my lord?
When Godzilla reaches back to the clearing where everyone is losing their minds and their loved ones, he brings Methuselah in tow.
Methuselah?
He says, looking at the old guy.
Let it rip.
Rodan looks back at Godzilla, wondering what the hell is going on.
Wait, let what rip?
Methuselah closes his eyes. For some reason, him making that noise causes all 104 kaiju still alive in the clearing to stop what they're doing and look in his direction.
Fuck you make that sound for?
Methuselah smiles and winks at Godzilla.
My children.
There's silence for 2 minutes, until someone breaks the quiet.
What the fuck?
That same reaction travels around the entire cavern. Everyone either starts falling over or fleeing because of the heavy stench that is now palpable because it came out of Methuselah's ass. The room clears, and just like that, everyone is separated.
Well, that would only hold for...
Methuselah looks to his side. Godzilla is gone, and so is Rodan.
Oh, well.
As the days go on, the kaiju practice distancing away from each other, just from their sheer paranoia of who might be carrying the sickness. Mothra had asked Leo to call together everyone to the Cheese Auditorium, where they would all be separated into tiny cubicles, much like a bee honeycomb. That way they weren't right next to each other, but they could still hear the orator. Godzilla and Mothra go up to the stage. They've already been in close contact with each other, so if one of them was sick, chances are they all had it by this point. Marley hands Mothra the mic. Thanks, Marley. You're welcome, Miss Mothra. For all of you who are in attendance today, we just want to clear the air as to what's happening. Godzilla quickly gives her a look. What?
You good?
He inches away a little further from Mothra.
You know what? I'm gonna take the podium over there. Because I think both of us on, like, either side, when we're talking, it will be better for people to hear. Alright.
Mothra's not stupid. She knows that Godzilla himself is paranoid as well. She doesn't blame him. The truth is, she hasn't been feeling so well. It could be the stress of everything, or it could be that she's sick too. She will admit that she's very fearful. Raphael saved her life, and now he's dying. All the other kaiju that had been as sick as he is now had totally died. The chances of death from whatever the sickness was was 98%. Maybe Godzilla was right. She had the ability to be reborn. Would she be reborn without the sickness? It makes sense. But her egg was close to the area. Could it be infected? Would her memory of being sick cross over into her new body? Would she develop psychological issues from the memory? Mothra continues. 12 days ago, we opened up a portal in the Hollow Earth to another region that had not been previously discovered or explored. And it was a really joyous day.
Nobody gives a fuck. Tell us what the fuck the virus is.
Hey! Shouts Godzilla in defense of Mothra. She holds up a leg. It's fine, Godzilla. You're right. Let's cut to the chase. Some of us came back. Some of us didn't make it. And those who came back possibly brought back something with us. That world was crazy. It was unlike anything I've ever seen. And it's quite possible that because we went into a new area, we, in our haste, brought back something that is now affecting a lot of us. Some of the kaiju murmur as they hear her cough, wondering if she has it. Some of them get up and leave. It's definitely contagious, very contagious if you are in close contact with your neighbors. So stay away from each other. Continue to do so. We're working on a way to fix this. Now, we're looking into possible courses of action, like going back and seeing if we can find a cure, but that's not really feasible because, well, some of our fellow kaiju died, and we might bring back something even worse. We've also talked about the possibility of carrying all of us into the portal, but that's not feasible. In addition to that, it's not feasible because we can't even open the portal anymore. Needless to say, Godzilla looks at Mothra worried.
Needless to say, stay the fuck home. Please do not engage in the activity of rubbing all of your openings against other people's openings. I don't think it takes a rocket scientist to figure that out. If we catch you in the act of doing that, we'll assume that you're terrorists and you'll be banned. More specifically, banned from this kingdom. You'll have to go to our enemies out there and infect them. At least, if you're gonna put people in danger, put the people who don't matter in danger. There are shadow kaiju out there that are overpopulating. We can turn this curse around and use it for the good of the rest of us.
Black kaiju lives matter too, man.
Shut the fuck up!
Mothra looks really bad off.
Look, Mothra, just go back to your nest, whatever the hell you're staying. Where are you staying right now? You keep changing your shit. Look, I'll take care of it, okay? We're done. Go back away. Wait for us to leave first.
Godzilla. Mothra drops on her side, unconscious.
Mothra!
Despite what Godzilla knows is totally logical, which is her having the ability to be born again, something about seeing her lying there, totally helpless, makes him feel bad for her. He goes to her side and picks up her head and shakes her gently.
Mothra? Hey, wake up. Please wake up. I don't want to carry your ass.
Godzilla. Leave me, it's fine.
You sure?
Mothra rolls her eyes. Despite how annoying and uncouth Godzilla can be, she actually really does care about him, and she doesn't want him to get sick. It doesn't make any sense he'll get sick just for helping her when her goose is already cooked anyway. Yes, I'm sure. Godzilla sadly puts her down and starts to walk away. When Mothra wakes up, Rodan is sitting some distance away, right at the entrance to her little silk hut. Rodan, you're here.
Of course I'm here. Well, there's another reason I'm here. Methusela's outside, and there's a chance that you actually can help.
I wish I could hug you right now, Rodan.
How does it feel?
How does what feel?
How you feel right now?
I feel awful, like I'm dying. And I've died enough, so I know. I know what it feels like.
Do you feel pain?
Yeah, like my throat, everything just hurts. I can't fly even if I wanted to. And I don't want to.
You know, Mothra, you're very compassionate. Despite everything that happens and it's how people treat you sometimes, you're a really good person.
She looks up at Rodan, and for the first time, she sees him. Like, really sees him. Thank you, Rodan. She smiles at him.
That's why I think that you'd be a great candidate for this, because you can help people. You see, when you're reborn, your body is new. Methuselah thinks that your own ability thing can help people with, well, not regeneration really, but there's something in you about your energy source that makes people a little bit new, that kind of does a reset through their system. So the people who are infected, if we can inject them with some of your dust as you're dying, it's possible that we can use that to kind of reset everyone to
make it so like they were never sick. Sorry, Ronan, you're a genius.
Well, I appreciate that, but it wasn't my idea.
Well, despite that, you and Methuselah, you really... Thank God for you guys. And thank you for helping me.
Well, I see more as you helping us, you know? Anyway, Godzilla wants to talk to you.
Mothra rolls her eyes. Of course he does.
What's that attitude for? He's been waiting all this time.
What do you mean?
Well, after he brought you here, he got Methuselah together, and he's the one that gave us the idea to use your dust to help everyone.
Wait, Godzilla brought me here?
Yeah. Wow, he must have been really out of it. You collapsed in the hall when you were giving a speech. Godzilla finished it to assure everyone, and then he brought you all the way back here.
Wait. How did he get me? How did he get me out of the hollow earth?
I guess he walked. He didn't take you through the water.
How the hell did he do that? I mean, the only way I'm able to even make it through is I have to hitch a ride on the Jettison Kaiju.
Look, I don't know, but he got you here.
When was that?
Oh, 6 hours ago, I think?
Mothra then realized what had happened. Godzilla, even though he was acting as though he was going to leave her, actually came back to get her, and then walked or ran all the way to make it back to the upper ground, to put her back in her home. Why would he do that? Tell him to come in.
Alright, I'll see you around.
At that moment, she was so enamored with Rodan's bravery and his genius. While all along it had been Godzilla that even came up with a plan, and honestly, this made her quite surprised.
Hey, how are you feeling?
Godzilla, you brought me all the way up here?
Yeah, what?
He fixed his dorsal plates and started fidgeting. How did you do that? You didn't take the jettison, because and he claimed to take one at a time, and I'm much lighter.
I didn't take no jettison. I brought you here. Like, I literally brought you here. I did take a shortcut, though, and I kept you on my back so you wouldn't get wet, but yeah, I did it. And what?
You traveled 6 hours straight to get me here?
Please don't do that.
Mothra put her head in her hands, or her leg sticks, the stuff on the end of her freaking legs. I thought you didn't care about me.
Mothra?
He went up to her and put his hand on her shoulder.
Honey, I don't.
Mothra stopped and looked up at him. Really?
No. Look, I had an idea that, okay, I could let you die there, or I could use your last dying dust, because something about when you're dying and you give off your last life energy, you help to rejuvenate other people. You've done that for me many times, so why don't we just mass produce that? You know? Getting you wet, that would ruin the dust output and all that, and you'd probably die anyway. You know what I mean? So I did it for my people. I didn't do it for you. Come on, Mothra. Things are a little bit bigger than you. I mean, come on.
She just stared at him. She's never felt so conflicted in her life. She wanted to hate him for being an asshole and not caring about her, but she also wanted to admire him for caring more than just about her and about everyone else. She didn't know how to feel.
You alright? Queen of the monsters? You ready to sacrifice yourself for everyone?
I gotta admit, it's a decent idea, but how are you gonna do it?
Oh, there's a great way. Methuselah has this little thing that he uses to shake out his herbs when he's cooking. And he seasons great areas so he can use his food and put them down. Okay, it's a whole big thing. Honestly, I don't really know how it works, but I got the gist of it. It's like a little spray thing. All the kaiju just go through it, and your dust goes through it instead of the herbs or the whatever the hell he uses to do his shit. And yeah, it goes on their bodies, and then you die, you know. You do have to die for it to work. You know.
I got it.
So, you're doing this?
Do I have a choice? Even if I said no, would you accept that answer?
I mean, I mean, you're gonna die anyway, though, so...
Godzilla looks at her with an awkward smile, or frown. Mothra's not really sure. Of course I'll do it, Godzilla. She smiles forcefully.
Yes! Woo! Cause you kinda owe me, cause I got in contact, you got sick, so you're sick first, so technically you're giving it to me and everyone else, so...
So this is not just about the people, it's about you.
Mothra, I'm part of my people. And without me, who's gonna protect them?
Okay. That night, as Mothra got sicker and sicker, Methuselah harvested the dust from her. She was gonna have to finish herself off to really get the job going, because she probably would die quite slowly. As tiny and soft as she is for a kaiju, she does have more endurance when it comes to dying. To harvest the last bits of her dust energy, she went into the levee in the shower room, as they called it, with a huge sifter at the bottom. I really hope this works. She then drank a concoction that she'd always made for times like this in case she was captured by enemy kaiju. She fell gently asleep, and as her last breath left her body, the dust and her energy flowed down into a showery-like mist below. All the kaiju passed by in batches, like a marching band. Those who were too weak to walk, their friends who were not as sick, carried them. Godzilla, Rodan, Methuselah, and Behemoth had already gotten the first dose. Everyone was already feeling much better, only minutes after they've received their dose.
Did you guys secure Mothra's egg?
Yeah, we found it.
Wouldn't it be funny if she gave us, like, wrong directions and we didn't find it and something happened to it and then she didn't come back?
I've always asked her if she laid more than one egg, because it just seems really weird to put all your eggs in one basket or all your one egg into one, you know what I mean? Suddenly, someone came shrieking past. Godzilla, you're gonna help me, please? It was Ralphie's wife. Please, I can't get him to come over here. Please, you will help me. He's going really quickly.
Okay, calm down. You can't bring him?
Oh, please, Godzilla, he's fainting.
I'll help him get over there. Don't worry. Wait, what are you doing? I'm grabbing a cup of it and bringing it on over to Raphael. It doesn't work that way, Behemoth. You have to bring him because Mothra's energy's here. Her body is here. That's part of it. Her body and the dust is part of it. You can't just bring the dust. No, the energy and the dust together is what does it. The dust carries the energy. If you just take the dust away from the source, it doesn't have the energy. At least not enough to do what it's supposed to do. Still gotta try. We're not gonna have enough time based on what she's saying.
Raphael's wife was going nuts.
Fine, do whatever you want, I'm just telling you. Is he back at your house?
No, we were on our way here. He collapsed. The female wolf kaiju was in tatters emotionally. It's as though she already knew that she was going to lose her husband.
You know what? Behemoth, give me the cup. I can fly faster than you.
And with that, Rodan grabbed it and flew ahead of Rhea, Raphael's wife. He saw Raphael on the ground, taking labored breaths, barely holding on. He wasted no time and dropped the cup of dust all over him. Rhea reached his side. Rafi, it's okay, I'm here, my love. Hearing his wife's cry, Raphael's tail wagged very weakly. It wagged slower, until it no longer moved. He wants so much to tell her how much he loves her, to tell his friends not to cry and not to worry. His body goes limp. The light starts to leave. Rhea licks his face furiously. You can't leave me. Rafi, please, no. No.
Don't worry, Rhea. There's still a chance that it can work.
Rodan, I don't want to lose him. I can't lose him. I'll be alone. He's all I have. Rodan continues to comfort Rhea, telling her there's still hope. Just wait. Just wait. Mothra opens her eyes. She looks around tentatively. Everything sounds new. Everything sounds different. Extra loud. And she's starving.
Hey.
What's that noise? It sounds very familiar. When she focuses, she realizes that it's been in front of her this entire time, just that her vision is quite blurry.
Hey. Sorry. I know you can't speak yet, but you can understand me. Do you remember me? I'm Godzilla. This is Rodan. Hey, Mothra. You did it. I wanted to tell her that. What the fuck? Oh, sorry, I didn't know that it was supposed to be exclusive to your story that you were telling her. I mean, it's not like she didn't already know. I was building up to it. I mean, what the who does that, dude?
Mothra looks from one of the faces to the other.
Well, usually around this time she goes back to sleep anyway, so I wanted to let her know before, just in case the memories came back. Yeah, but the thing is, you don't know if she's made the connection yet. Her brain neurons have to do their thing once again and get jiggy, and now she might not even know what the hell you're talking about. Jesus Christ. You know what, Mothra? Sleep.
Mothra wants to speak more than anything, but a great tiredness overcomes her, and she rests. The next time she wakes up, she feels cramped. Stretching as far as she can, she notices that 2 big flappy blankets are on either side of her body. It doesn't take any time for her to realize that they're her new wings. Marley is sitting by her side, brushing her wings. Mothra flinches instinctively and then looks down and recognizes Marley.
Hi, Miss Mothra. I'm glad you're feeling better.
Marley?
Yeah, it's me. How do you feel? Does this feel good?
Yeah. I'm sorry. It's gonna take me a while to get my thoughts together. My head feels really cloudy right now, but it's good to see you, Marley.
You too, Miss Mothra. Miss Mothra, guess what? You need to come out here as soon as you can.
Okay. Mothra stands on her very wobbly legs that she's never used before, at least not in this body. As she takes a step, recent memories come flashing back in quick succession. She walks towards where Marley is leading her, and it's to a grate outside. Mothra's on a balcony overlooking many of the kaiju. Oh, we're on that island. Right? She looks up at the sky, as if asking herself that question to affirm. All the kaiju are looking at her, and it takes Mothra a while to realize that they're actually cheering for her quite loudly. Her ears are now fully developed and just turning on, it seems. Methuselah is standing next to her.
And thanks to her, your queen, we have stopped the spread of the sickness, and we've made those, before they reach death's doorstep, recover completely.
Methuselah hands the mic to Mothra. He shyly cowers away.
Good luck.
I'm glad that you're all okay.
No, we ain't!
Mothra looks towards where the voice came from. A short centipede-like kaiju moves to the front, his friends behind him.
This is the reason why we're here today, and I'm sure you know that. But we have a few bones to pick with you. I mean, you guys are supposed to be the people who are taking care of us and overseeing the whole establishment of the kaiju organization. Yet, a lot of kaiju died because Godzilla, our leader, chose to take a lot of that shit that was supposed to make us better when he could have given it to those who still needed it. You know, not all the kaiju got the dosage that they needed from your fucking dust.
Mothra can feel herself steadily getting overloaded. She holds up a leg. Hold on. What? What are you saying?
I'm saying there was a lot of kaiju that died because they didn't get your dust. It ran out. Godzilla took a hefty part of it. Why does he need to be taking dust when he can regenerate?
The rest of the crowd booed. She thought at first that they were booing at him in support of Mothra, but it turned out to be the other way around. Another kaiju from the back calls out,
That's an abuse of power!
The rest of the kaiju cheer in agreement. I'm so sorry, you guys. I was in the middle of dying.
Of course you're gonna take the power and the blame off for yourself. You're only helpless when it suits you.
No, that's not it at all.
Not to mention, you're the one that opened the portal in the first place.
The rest of the audience kaiju jeer, and Mothra feels as though she's gonna cry. She wonders where Godzilla is. He's nowhere to be seen. The crowd starts getting louder and louder. Mothra feels that she can't take it anymore, and she uses her new wings to wrap herself. She starts swaying, and suddenly, there's a big object that lands in front of her, shielding her with his wings. She looks up and notices that it's Rodan.
Are you alright?
I feel horrible, Rodan. I don't know what to say to these people to tell them how sorry I am.
You don't have to say anything. You sit here.
Rodan is mad. He turns around to the audience, and they hear a sound come out of him that they've never heard before.
All you self-righteous people, you are a long waiting list to go into that portal. Only certain people were qualified to go into that portal? And did you forget that many of the people who died were people that were affected directly by what happened in the portal and by being in the portal themselves? It's easy to point the blame at everyone. It's unfortunate. But Raphael is dead, and he was there, and he risked his life to save Mothra, the person who was able to save you from that sickness. Yeah, we opened the portal, but did you also forget that you guys also petitioned for us to open up other regions and to explore this? A lot of you wanted to be on that waiting list so you could go in there too. But equally to blame, the people who were like, oh no, we don't want to go in there because we don't want to risk losing our lives. You also stayed back and you were cheering as we went through. Everybody was in agreement with what happened with the portal. At least most of us were. And now you want to sit here and blame the very person who is responsible for giving you a new life. Literally, not even better than what it was from the virus, but better than it's been in years, decades, centuries for a lot of you. You have some fucking nerve to sit down here and try to point your fingers and your tails and your tongues at her. If we're gonna point blame, all of us are to blame. All of us were in agreement with this project. So stop acting like fucking babies and do what you're actually required to do, which is why you're here, to thank her for saving your life.
The kaiju were all silent, except for one. Yeah, but Godzilla didn't need to take it, did he? He regenerates.
How would he have known whether or not he was supposed to take it or not? It's clear based on what they said that all the kaiju and monsters that were on the other side of that portal were way better and bigger than we were. Way more powerful, with things and abilities that we've never seen. Besides, even if he could regenerate, he would still be sick and spreading it until he's able to regenerate, which would continue to make him contagious, and that could have been a threat to you who knows you can catch it again. Dumb bitch.
Rodan, stop. Stop.
You guys, you have a right to be mad. And I'm glad for Rodan for standing up for me, and I appreciate it. I don't want us to turn on each other. What we need to do is be concerned about what's on the other side of that portal. There's so many portals with networks connecting to each other, and we need to work together to make sure that we keep each other safe. That's what Raphael died for. That's what Thistle and Mikey and Magic and Terrence died for. So that we could have more. So that they could give you more. I'm sorry if this makes some of you upset. And that's all I can say.
We love you, Miss Mothra!
Cries out Marley from the crowd. Several kaiju look in her direction, and another kaiju utters the same statement.
We love you, Mothra.
Thank you, Mothra.
Yeah, thanks, Mothra.
Suddenly, before she knows it, Mothra is witnessing the entire crowd of kaiju chanting how grateful they are for her having saved their life. Mothra looks back at Rodan and sees him smiling at the crowd. He looks back at her and nods his head and smiles. Her eyes twinkle looking at him. He saved the day. Where was Godzilla? Behemoth climbs up beside Rodan.
Well, y'all did it. Well, Mothra did it, sort of. Glad it's over.
There's a long pause as Behemoth and Rodan watch the crowd. Then Behemoth looks at Rodan and leans in to whisper.
Now, if only we can get those asshole humans to follow suit. Yeah, I was thinking about that as a little social experiment. I was already on it. What do you mean? Well, let's just say that Methuselah and I were working on a little, offshoot of Mothra's dust, and instead of making it better, well, let's just say that the humans are gonna have a little nice time over the next several months.
Behemoth smiles after looking out to the crowd, and then he looks at the camera, right at you, and says,
And that's how y'all got corona.